Today I'm going to work with some experimentation. And I plan to do an abstract, I mean, kind of an abstract. It's I'm looking at a photo for inspiration, but I don't want to be hung up on it. So
Sylvia, did you staple it to foam core?
I stapled it to gator board.
Okay, thank you.
Gator board is more sturdy than foam core. But I've used it for quite a while now and I noticed it's warped. So it's it didn't stay flat like I thought it would. It used to always be flat, but maybe because I've done it so much now. It's no longer flat, but it's very lightweight. Like if you're traveling and you want to work in a larger format, it's a really great way to have a lightweight board. Okay, so what I have handy to work with is my granulation medium. I have acrylic ink. I've got the black and I've also got sepia here. I've got this white Bombay India ink. And the colors that I chose that I haven't really worked with that I thought would be fun. There's a bright violet, lavender, which is a little bit of an opaque. Let's see, what's this one? Dioxazine purple or violet. I use that a lot. And then I got my quinacridone magenta. Some of these are similar, you know, they're very close in range. Quinacridone sienna. Scarlet Lake. Permanent rose. And here's one I haven't used for a while. It's called Mayan blue. And then I thought I should have a yellow, so I ended up getting my Winsbury. Oh, this is a Windsor yellow, but it's hard. I'll have to get a different yellow. I'll use a cad yellow. I'm not worried so much about transparency here. And I have my fine line masking fluid. I have salt. I have the rubbing alcohol. I've got the net that I mentioned. I guess the question would be, what do you not have?
You mentioned two colors there that intrigued me. It's a quinacridone sienna.
Yeah.
And the Mayan blue.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in those.
Let me see what the number on them is. The Mayan blue.
Yeah, it doesn't have a number. It's got its own thing.
Yeah, it's a Daniel Smith. It's a Primatex.
Right.
Oh, another color I have that's very granulating is Soda Light Genuine. I should get that. Soda Light Genuine is a Daniel Smith color. And then I've got my palette that has the quinacridones on it here that I already had on my palette. So I'm going to use that palette. Anyway, I've got plenty here, that's for sure.
Sylvia, sorry to keep interrupting, but is it something we have to be really careful about not contaminating our water that we're going to use with our regular palette when we use granulating fluid?
Well, I dropped the granulating fluid on with a pipette, so it's not actually going into the water. And I drop it on after I've already put the pigment on. So I don't think you have to worry about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's fine to ask questions. Don't worry about that. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing something that I think is always fun. Hopefully this will work because I haven't used this for a little while. now, but I'd like to do something where I'm just kind of go with some masking fluid across here, you know, do some weird things with my masking fluid. Maybe since, you know, the thing I'm looking at has some fence posts and so forth.
What are you looking at? I didn't see.
Oh, it was the photo I showed you of the Pudding Creek Beach.
Oh,
Beginning of the class.
okay. I guess I missed that. Okay.
I could send it to people if they want to have it. If you're in my outdoor sketching class, you'll get a copy of it this afternoon, but anybody want it, I could send it to you right now. Yeah, I wish I could show it to you so you could see it, but remember, this is experimental, so I just had to have something to start with. Now, what I'm noticing, there's a lot of little globs of
Mhm.
on here that it won't dry. So that could be an issue, and the way I handle that is because I'm not worried about whether I get a really great line. I'm just gonna put my paper towel over it and kind of blot it, flatten them out, and not worry about it. So get some of my brushes here. All right, I might as well start out with a big flat brush. Oh, I forgot I got my credit card too. I want to do something weird things with that too, so. All right, so I'm just going to start with some water on here to start with. And I'll start with a cobalt at the top. See, already that's sort of like going with what I know, which is, but it's green. So I want to start with kind of a mixture of green and yellow, or blue and yellow to make a green. Just dropping it in. Oh, I've got some cobalt turquoise too. And I'll put in the cad yellow. I'm just gonna let it kind of swirl around. I think I need some more intense color in here. When you squeeze out the colors fresh, you get a much better combination, more intensity. So I'm going to put some Mayan blue down here on my palette. I haven't really used it much. I think I saw a video that I liked what it looked like, and so I was inspired to get it, but I didn't use it. And this is the color on my palette. I didn't squirt enough of it out. I have a small tube, so I didn't squirt out very much because I've got a small tube. Oops, I got a big blob now. And now I'm going to use some. I want to get some violets in here too. This is quinacridone violet. It happened to be on my palette. Squeeze out acridone magenta. I have some on my palette. Get some sienna. Now, I'm not quite sure when to put the granulation medium on. I think I'll wait a little bit. I don't want to put it on too soon. I'll work on some of the other parts of the composition. So now I'm going to use my credit card, my Target card, and put some quinacridone sienna on it in one part, and then I'll put some, I think, ultramarine blue, or no, quinacridone violet on the other end. I'm just going to drag this across here like this. And where's some lavender? I'm going to get my lavender out. And I'm going to add some lavender into this mix. Okay, now I'm going to put some granulating medium on. With the pipette. Now I want to spray some of what I just put on with the credit card. And I have a cookie sheet handy. Catch some of the drips. put this down for a second and get my paper towel. Okay, now I want to try adding some of my acrylic ink. This is the sepia. I'm dropping it where I put the granulation fluid also. But someone, I think in another video, actually put granulation fluid onto the acrylic ink after she put it on. So why don't I do that too? I don't know what you can see because I'm all over the place, but hopefully you get the idea.
It's amazing.
It's so much fun
Interesting.
in a short time, you know? Okay, so let's take a look now and see. All right, one thing I haven't done is something with my white Bombay ink. Oh, I haven't put salt on either. Let's see, where can we put a little bit of salt? This is the table salt. And I do want to take the frisket off, but not until it's dry, so. This is the white Bombay ink. Let's see what happens if I drop it where I had some of the granulating fluid. And now, oh, I didn't try the alcohol. Oh, it's got a strong smell. Okay. Now, how about scraping out some areas? Well, there's all these grasses over on this side, so I'm gonna scrape out, scratch some. It makes darker lines if you scrape into it while it's still pretty wet. Okay. I shouldn't probably use the hair dryer, but I kind of want to because, whoops, I got paint all over my hand. Because I want to take off the frisket. I know, why don't I take a look at what Tim sent, and then I'll come back to that. Just want to do one more thing. I want to have some of this kind of spread out down here. And I think I need to soften an edge over here. Okay, I better stop because I'm not liking what I just did. Okay. So